Calm. I hope you all had a great weekend. I had an interesting one. I went to see my grandson playing in a tournament. He has a very sad situation in which his coach is really not coaching him. And you know anything about my personality? I'm going to say something about it. Well, obviously, when I talked to this individual, he wasn't ready to hear what I'm saying. So today I want to talk about what is a coach supposed to do for their players? Or what is a leader of a group supposed to do? You're supposed to lead. And what that means is it's very easy to manage a group of people or have a bunch of players on a team that already understand the game. You prove that you're a good coach or you're a good leader when you find someone who's weak and you develop that individual. You help them to develop. You know, that's what true coaching is supposed to be about. At least that's my understanding of it. But when you see a weak player and you just leave him there and then you fault him or you allow his teammates to talk about him and put him down, I question your leadership. And that goes for just anybody and anything that you're doing. I personally, in my 30s, could have been a manager of people. But one thing I knew about me, I'm not a good leader in that respect. I'm not a good teacher. I'm not a good coach. Because I would have gotten and had gotten even upset with secretaries when they weren't performing at the level I needed them to perform at. Because I personally didn't understand what they were going through. So I'm glad I chose not to be a manager. I had the opportunity. I was being trained. I was in a middle manager's training program. But when I realized a part of it was for me to develop people, I'll tell you exactly when the light bulb moment came for me. I was in this, like maybe a year into this training because it was going to be a 2-year program because I was going to school at night. So they sent me to this performance appraisal program. Everybody's aware of it now, but back in the 80s, the whole deal was that we were going to learn how to coach people. Well, that's not what I thought middle management was going to be about. But anyway, I'm in this training seminar, and this is the portion where we had to learn to critique our employees and do a matter of conversation with each other. You know, they write down their whatever's for their performance appraisal. I write down mine, and we come together, we talk the whole 9 yards. Well, after all of that, in that training, it was like, I forget, maybe a week or two, it was a part of this management training, I realized, hey, wait a minute, a middle manager, I'm going to have to coach these people. I know doggone well I couldn't coach anybody. I know how to motivate myself. I know how to, I compete with myself. I know that whatever I do, I want to do better. And it's just something I can do that. But I'm not good at trying to get other people to do that. Honestly, I'm like, I don't understand why you can't do that. That's not a good person. I don't think to coach. And I think there's a lot of people out there with that same idea. Let me get back to the story. So I'm in the middle of this training program, and when the light bulb moment went off for me, it was when I realized, hey, wait a minute, I've got to do what with these people? I'm not going to be right there with them in the trenches doing the job. Not like I'm going to compete with them, but I didn't realize it was going to be my job to motivate them to do their job. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. That's not doesn't fit my personality. First of all, I'm too in your face. I'm too, I know I would hurt somebody's feelings. Like I said, I made a secretary cry once. How am I going to motivate people to do what they're supposed to do? It wasn't going to be me. And that's when I decided to go out into sales and become a sales manager for a territory. And I'll be quite honest with you, when they asked me at the end of the session if I'd learned anything about being a manager or being a middle manager, I said, yeah, I learned one thing. Being a middle manager in a Fortune 500 company is like a high-class babysitting service, and I'm not up for it. So I'm going to see my way out of this opportunity. I thank you all very much. Mind you, I didn't say it at that point, but meanwhile, I started strategically directing myself away from that aspect part of business and more into the alignment of account management or managing a territory per se. So I say all that to say, identify who you really are. Be true to yourself. Understand that when you take the responsibility for other people's lives, especially young people's lives, take it seriously. Be serious about it, because you don't know what your behavior and your attitude is doing to that other person. You know, I like the line in the Bible when it says, it talks about caring more about others than you do about yourself. That's really what a selfless manager or coach is all about. They worry about developing people, making people into better human beings. There are some great coaches out there. I've heard of them. I could name some right now, but I can't think of them, to be honest with you. But to be honest with you, I knew I wasn't that person. So I'm saying to all of you, identify who you are. Know your strengths and know your weaknesses. And please, especially if you have the responsibility of other people's lives in your hands, take it seriously. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. Hope I haven't rambled too much. Thank you so much for listening. You guys have a great day. In fact, make it a great day. I love you all, and God bless.